Good morning. Welcome to Morning Special. 여러분 안녕하세요. 10월 10일 목요일 최수진의 Morning Special입니다. The last couple of days have made many people wonder where did the autumn season go? And just like that, many people didn't waste a minute and took out their winter clothes. But by the time lunch hour is over, the weather invites us to go outside and it tells us that indeed fall is here, with an array of events to enjoy. 어제 한글날 휴일을 맞아서 많은 시민들이 오랜만에 가을을 만끽했습니다. 전국 대부분 지역이 화창하고 맑은 가을 날씨를 보여서 유명 관광지와 국립공원, 축제장에는 가을 정취를 즐기려는 관광객들로 북적였고요. 한강변을 따라 가을의 전령사 코스모스도 만개한 모습이었습니다. 여러분은 어제 이 가을을 어떻게 보내셨나요? Well, let us know how you spent the day yesterday and your plans for this glorious season. With that in mind, let me give you today's quiz question. A large group of people can be referred to as 1번, a crowd, 2번, a crown. What would be the answer to the quiz? Due to technical difficulties, it's not up on our 보이는 radio as we speak at the moment, but it should be up soon enough. Let me give you the quiz one more time. A large group of people can be referred to as a 1번 crowd, 2번 crown. 오늘도 청취자 여러분의 많은 참여 기다리고 있습니다. 퀴즈 정답 보내주신 분들 중에 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 비타민 C 세트 보내드리겠습니다. 여러분의 소식과 소감 그리고 방송 중 궁금한 질문 있으시면 보내주세요. 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045고요. 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스는 무료로 이용 가능합니다. Okay, then let's kick off today's show with today's global headlines. 세계 각국 언론사들의 어떤 헤드라인이 올라왔는지 살펴보는 시간입니다. Touch Global Headlines.
Turkey has begun a planned military offensive into northeastern Syria.
터키군이 쿠르드족 자치 지역인 시리아 북동부에 대한 공격을 개시했습니다.
The European Union is reportedly considering extending Brexit so far scheduled for October 31st until June of next year.
유럽연합이 오는 31일로 예정된 브렉시트를 내년 6월까지 연장하는 방안을 검토 중이라는 보도가 나왔습니다.
Anti-government protests in Ecuador triggered by the elimination of fuel subsidies have brought the country into utter chaos.
에콰도르가 정부의 유류 보조금 폐지로 촉발된 반정부 시위로 극심한 혼란에 빠졌습니다.
Super Typhoon Hagibis is en route to Japan, putting the country on high alert.
제19호 태풍 하기비스의 북상으로 일본 열도에 비상이 걸렸습니다.
The World Health Organization has reported that at least 2.2 billion people worldwide have vision impairment or blindness.
전 세계에서 최소 22억 명이 눈 건강에 문제가 있는 것으로 파악됐다는 세계보건기구의 보고서가 나왔습니다. Well, in the studio for more is Steve Hatherley. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning to you. Happy Thursday morning.
Yeah, and happy World Sight Day.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that a little bit later on in the program. But yes, I hope everyone has a very clear morning.
Yeah.
I don't know how to word that properly.
Well, the skies are definitely clearer these days than a couple of weeks ago, so that's going to help with your eyesight, I suppose.
And the temperatures are chillier.
Oh, yeah.
When it gets colder, do you pack away all of your summer clothes? Do you do the vacuum packing thing?
I don't do the vacuum packing thing, but I do pack things away because I only have so much space in my house.
I don't bother.
Yeah, you must have a really big house.
No, I just don't have that many clothes.
Oh, okay.
I just leave them where they are until the next season rolls around.
그렇군요. 김미영 님이요. 김미영입니다. 어제 꽃길을 걸었어요. 조금 일찍 출근 중입니다. 오늘 하루 최고의 하루가 될 것 같아요. 라고 보내주셨어요. This listener went to see some flowers yesterday. A very nice day to do that.
Are the flowers still around?
Yeah, you can see some autumn flowers.
Oh, okay.
The cosmos flowers, the pink ones.
I guess that shows I'm not a flower expert and I
Nor am I.
don't go out to look at them very often. Yeah.
Stop and smell the roses. Is that the expression?
That's what they say.
Yeah. All right. 노영주 님이요. 한라산 등반 완주했어요. They completed the whole 한라산 hiking course.
Oh, wow.
That takes a whole day.
Right?
비록 24시간만 제주에 머물렀지만 가을을 느끼기에는 충분했습니다. They only stayed in Jeju for 24 hours, but during that time, they completed the full 한라산 course.
So to go to the top of Halasan and then back down again, how long does that take? Do you know?
I don't know. I think it's about 12 hours.
Goodness me.
But you have to leave before the break of dawn because you want to make sure you have plenty of time to go to the peak and come down and still have the sun.
Yeah.
So you have to leave I think at 4 or 5 in the morning, and then you get to the peak around, I don't know, lunchtime or whatever, and then you come down again. You have to make sure that all this is done before the sun sets.
Yeah, of course, for safety reasons.
Yeah.
I think there are numerous hiking courses on Halasan, as there usually are on mountains, right, that are good for hiking. But anyway, regardless,
That's amazing.
really impressive, right? Have you ever gone to the top of Halasan?
No. Have you?
No, I don't plan on it either. Please send some photos so I can know what it looks like up there.
Yeah, I'd love to know.
I have gone to the top of that. I don't know. I forget what it's called, but it looks like a king's crown. It kind of jets out of the land into the ocean at Jeju. And
성산일출봉.
it's a really steep hike, but it only takes 25 minutes, half an hour to get up
Yeah.
there. The staircase.
Yes.
That's
right
nice
on
up
the
there.
east coast of
Yeah.
Jeju, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
성산 Sunrise
Yeah,
Peak.
that's the extent of my hiking.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I thought I was going to die when I went up.
It's really steep, isn't it?
I've run out of breath, I'm going to die. And a lot of my seasoned hiking friends, they said, this is nothing.
Yeah, right. This
It's
is like a warm-up.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, it is a wonderful season to go hiking, to see flowers and the autumn leaves as well. Let us know how you're enjoying this season. Also, you can check our headlines by going to our website. Morning Special 홈페이지에 들어가셔서요. 조금 전에 들으신 헤드라인 무료로 다시 들으실 수 있습니다. Let's go over the headlines.
All right, so headline number 1, Turkey has begun a planned military offensive into northeastern Syria.
터키군이 쿠르드족 자치지역인 시리아 북동부에 대한 공격을 개시했습니다.
Right, so this comes just days after the Trump administration announced it was pulling U.S. troops out of the area. We talked about that on the show. And I think we also talked about the fact that we were expecting a week's wait.
Yeah.
So this is earlier than expected. The launch, this included airstrikes and artillery fire across the border into Syria.
네, 시리아와 터키 중간 정도에 있는 북동부 지역에 미군을 철수하겠다라는 트럼프 대통령의 발표가 난 지 며칠 안 돼서 터키군이 바로 이렇게 공격을 개시했습니다. We're seeing both airstrikes and ground offensives being launched.
So Turkey's President Tayyip Erdogan, he tweeted as he announced the start of the operation, which, by the way, is called Operation Peace Spring. He said, our aim is to destroy the terror corridor. That's what he calls that area in the northern part of Syria, the terror corridor, which is trying to be established on our southern border. That would be Turkey's southern border, and to bring peace to the region.
네, 시리아 북동부 쪽에 있는 지역이라고 지금 얘기를 해주셨는데요. 사실은 어떻게 보면 길게 늘어진 땅입니다. 근데 이거를 터키에서는 테러 코리도, 그러니까 테러 복도 이렇게 별명을 붙여서 부르고 있습니다. 이 지역에는 테러리스트들이 주둔하고 있다라고 보고 있기 때문인데 지금 터키가 테러리스트라고 보고 있는 이들은 바로 쿠르드족이죠. 그동안에는 미국이 50명의 미군들을 여기 배치해서 쿠르드족을 보호했을 뿐만 아니라 쿠르드족의 도움을 받아서 IS 멤버들을 구금한 지역이에요. Now the Kurds had imprisoned lots and lots of ISIS members in this region.
It's one of the concerns, isn't it? Because the SDF, or the Syrian Democratic Forces, they suspended their counter-ISIS operations amid this attack to focus on the Turkish offensive. But this area in the northern part of Syria, there are a lot of prisoners there. And the concern is that if a war breaks out and there's no one left to keep an eye on these prisoners, they could break out of those prisons.
Are we going to see a case of prison break?
Prison break, and I believe they were encouraged even to do so.
그래요. 그동안에는 사실 이제 미군도 쿠르드족의 도움을 받았어요. 상부상조를 했었는데 갑자기 미군 철수 발표가 되면서 쿠르드족은 굉장히 큰 배신감을 느꼈다. 이렇게 발표를 하고 있고요. 터키군은 훨씬 숫자가 많습니다. 그래서 이 대항하기 위해서 쿠르드족이 뭐 같이 싸워야 할 텐데 그렇게 되면은 구금된 IS 멤버들을 지켜볼 인원이 모자르다 이렇게 전문가들은 보고 있거든요. 그리고 실제로 IS 멤버들이 지금 구금된 사람들 중에 많은 범죄인이라고 할까요? 이 테러리스트들이 탈옥을 시도하고 있다고 합니다. We could see this really happening in days.
It's a very chaotic scene, too, after these attacks. People were trying to flee to safety. Roads were gridlocked with traffic, hundreds of fleeing families, motorcycles, all involved in that traffic. People, piling mattresses strapped to cars. The images are disturbing because it's just people running for their lives, essentially.
Right. 터키에서는 명목이 있어요. 평화를 가져오기 위해서 테러리스트들을 우리가 없애야 된다라고 얘기를 하고 있지만 그동안에 미국은 쿠르드족을 테러리스트로 보고 있지 않았고요. 터키는 그렇게 보고 있습니다. 실제로 지금 사상자 중에는 어린이도 있고 여성도 있고 그렇다고 하죠. But Turkey is not backing down and this is alarming news.
And the Kurdish reaction from this, they are asking for a no-fly zone in northern Syria. That would be similar to the one implemented in Iraq. Washington's response to this, Trump said the Turkey operation is quote-unquote a bad idea, but he defended his decision to withdraw troops from Syria. He did add, though, that the U.S. does not endorse Turkey's operation. Russia, President Vladimir Putin asked Erdogan to carefully weigh the situation in Syria so as not to harm the overall efforts to resolve the crisis.
네, 전 세계에서는 지금 터키군에게 철수해라라는 메시지를 보내고 있습니다. Let's go on to our next headline.
Okie doke. The European Union is reportedly considering extending Brexit, so far scheduled for October 31st until June of next year.
유럽연합이 오는 31일로 예정된 브렉시트를 내년 6월까지 연장하는 방안을 검토 중이라는 보도가 나왔습니다.
The issue now is Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. So as of right now, goods and services traded between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, they face very few restrictions. And that's because the UK and Ireland are part of the EU's single market and customs union. So what that means is products, they don't need to be inspected for customs. They don't need to be inspected for standards. It's a kind of like a free trade area, if you will, where there's no real restrictions. But after Brexit, if it happens, all of that could change. So the two parts of Ireland could be in different customs and regulatory regimes, and that could mean that products could be checked at the border. So Boris Johnson just had a telephone conversation with Angela Merkel. And what England is claiming is that Merkel is saying this is a major sticking point for the EU. Northern Ireland must remain part of that zone, that customs union zone. And England is saying that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever for the UK to be asked to leave a part of its sovereign territory because Northern Ireland is a part of the UK, right? So to ask them to leave it there in a foreign organization, the EU, makes absolutely no sense for England whatsoever. That's England's claim. The EU is saying it doesn't make sense that Germany had a conversation like that on the telephone. Germany isn't saying anything. And once again, we're all in a big mess.
네, 그렇습니다. Again, we're sounding like a broken record because we've been talking about the same thing over and over again. 영국이라고 우리가 얘기하는 게 사실은 이 경우에는 이제 England, Scotland, Wales 그리고 Northern Ireland까지 포함이 돼 있는데요. 북아일랜드 같은 경우는 사실 Republic of Ireland와 땅을 같이 쉐어하고 있기 때문에 뭐 쉐어라기보다는 이제 같은 영토죠. 북쪽이 Northern Ireland고 나머지는 이제 Republic of Ireland인데 이 사이의 경계를 어떻게 하느냐를 가지고 지금 계속해서 이견이 발생을 하고 있고 물리적인 보더가 없을 경우에는 도대체 어떻게 이 세관 체크를 할 것이냐. 그래서 EU에서는 당분간 Northern Ireland도 그냥 EU에 소속된 땅으로 유지를 하고 나머지 영국만 빠져나가라 이런 얘기를 하고 있지만 영국에서는 결사 반대를 하고 있습니다. 절대 안 된다. 북아일랜드까지 우리는 데려가야지만 제대로 된 브렉시트다라고 주장을 하는 게 대부분 영국의 지금 국회의원들의 목소리고요. The Prime Minister of the UK, however, is saying, I don't care if there's a deal or no deal. Brexit is going to happen on the 31st of October.
So I have some dates for you coming up. Today is October 10th. On October 14th, there's a new parliamentary session in the UK. On October 17th and 18th, there was a scheduled European Council meeting. That's where Boris Johnson hoped his deal would be ratified. But now there's a question of whether he will even attend that meeting at all. October 19th. If no deal is passed by that date, then the Benn Act says Boris Johnson must ask for the EU for an extension until the 31st of January. So they're suggesting that maybe he'll blame Parliament for any extension and still try to get out of the Benn Act altogether. And then we'll go from there.
네, 다음 주에 10월 31일 데드라인 전 마지막으로 영국과 EU가 협상을 할 수 있는 자리가 마련됩니다. 그런데 이 자리에서 어떠한 결과도 나오지 않으면 협상이 이루어지지 않을 경우에는 이제 영국에서 내년 1월 말까지 기한을 연장할 수 있는 법안이 영국 내에서 통과가 됐어요. 그렇지만 총리는 이에 반대를 하고 있는 입장이라서 다음 주가 돼봐야 또 어떤 결과가 나올지 알 수 있을 것 같고요. EU 내에서는 그거보다 더 연장을 해야 된다라는 목소리가 있다고 하죠. Let's go on to our next headline, sorry.
Anti-government protests in Ecuador triggered by the elimination of fuel subsidies have brought the country into utter chaos.
에콰도르가 정부의 유류 보조금 폐지로 촉발된 반정부 시위로 극심한 혼란에 빠졌습니다.
Right, so thousands of protesters.
지금 보이는 라디오로 보여드리고 있어요.
Yeah, it's chaos, isn't it? It's a well-chosen word. Thousands of protesters poured into the capital on Tuesday. The capital of Ecuador is Quito. And this is all about gasoline prices, as a matter of fact. There was a subsidy that was cut by President Moreno. He announced he was going to eliminate a $1.3 billion US subsidy. That was during an October 1st national broadcast. And what this is going to do to the price of gas and diesel gas is make things a whole lot more expensive.
So drivers in Ecuador now have to pay a lot more, right, for gas?
Well, if you combine the prices of diesel and gasoline, more than double, as a matter of fact.
아, 그래요. IMF로부터 빌린 돈을 갚기 위해서 에콰도르 정부가 그동안 시행했었던 유류 보조금 제도를 폐지했습니다. 그러니까 운전자들은 갑자기 기름값이 2배 이상 뛴 거예요. 이것에 대한 시위가 계속 이어지고 있는데 시위가 사실 이렇게 격화되자 대통령이 결국은 옮겼죠. Where did he go?
240 kilometers away. So he moved his administration out of the capital.
본인만 간 게 아니라 행정부 자체를 이제 수도에서 다른 지방으로 옮겼군요.
Yeah, that's right. Because the protests, they got relatively violent, as we just saw in the videos that we watched there. So I guess this is for safety purposes. But people are obviously very upset about this. 570 people have been arrested so far, and there doesn't seem to be an immediate stop to this. Moreno did issue a state of emergency on Thursday, or is set to issue a state of emergency.
네, 사망자도 2명 발생했다는 소식이 있습니다. Let's go on to our next headline.
All right, so headline number 4 this morning, more typhoon news. Super typhoon Hagibis is en route to Japan, putting the country on high alert.
제19호 태풍 하기비스의 북상으로 일본 열도에 비상이 걸렸습니다.
So this one, as I mentioned, is named Hagibis. It's on track to kind of skirt along Japan's southeast coast this weekend. Torrential rains are expected. Category 3 winds are expected in excess of 179 kilometers per hour. This is being described as a potential super typhoon. It could be this year's most powerful.
네, 일본 열도에는 이제 일요일에 강타할 것으로 그렇게 예보가 된 하기비스고요. 우리나라는 간접 영향으로 한 내일 정도부터 비가 올 것으로 예상을 하고 있습니다. We might expect some rain here on the Korean peninsula. This is an indirect effect. It's not going to affect us directly.
Yeah, that's right. As far as the trajectory looks right now. Yeah, and this is going to disrupt a lot of events. Actually, there's a big rugby event in Japan this weekend.
I heard about that.
Yeah, they're looking at shutting down transportation. And also, on a side note, this weekend is a big weekend for people to get married in Japan.
Really?
One of the days this weekend is considered a very lucky day, but that looks like it's going to cancel a lot of plans there too.
아, 그렇군요. 이번 주말이 또 하필 일본에서 이제 체육의 날이 껴있고 여러 가지 그 스포츠 행사가 계획돼 있는데 아마 대부분 취소되지 않을까 이렇게 보고 있네요. Let's go on to our final headline. What does it say, Steve?
Headline number 5 this morning. I'll have a good look. The World Health Organization has reported that at least 2.2 billion people worldwide have vision impairment or blindness.
전 세계에서 최소 22억 명이 눈 건강에 문제가 있는 것으로 파악됐다는 WHO의 보고서가 나왔습니다.
Yeah, this is the first world report on vision issued by the World Health Organization. They said more than 1 billion people worldwide are living with vision impairment because they do not get the care that they need for conditions like short or farsightedness, glaucoma, cataracts, or others that they listed. And this is a report that came out ahead of today, which is World Sight Day.
네, 오늘이 세계 시력의 날입니다. World Sight Day인데요. 10월 10일. 이날에 앞서서 WHO가 처음으로 시력과 관련된 보고서를 발표를 했고요. 이 보고서에 따르면은 지금 이렇게 22억 명 정도가 눈 건강에 문제가 있다라는 얘기를 했고, 특히 이제 나라별로 봤을 때 전체적인 분포는 그 국가의 소득에 따라서 좀 차이가 있는 것으로 이렇게 분석을 했습니다. 중저소득 국가의 경우에는 문제가 더 크다 이렇게 봤고요. 고소득 국가에는 좀 시력 문제, 눈 건강에 문제가 덜하다. 그 차이가 한 4배 정도 난다고 합니다.
Yeah, and they say that $14.3 billion is needed to address the backlog of the 1 billion people living with vision impairment or blindness. So it's not a cheap fix to this problem, according to this report.
네, 올해는 이제 세계 시력의 날이 10월 10일이지만 이게 매해 다른 날이라고 해요. 매해 10월의 두 번째 목요일, every second Thursday of October. And this year that happens to be October 10th.
How are your eyes, by the way? You wear glasses.
I do wear glasses. These are protective glasses because I had surgery many years ago to correct my very bad eyesight. And yet they've deteriorated again, so I have like very thin but still glasses.
How strong are they?
They're not terrible. I think my eyesight post-surgery now is about, I don't know, 0.7. I don't know. Yeah, but before that was like -10.
Minus
really
10.
Bad. Really, really bad.
Goodness me, that's worse than mine. I wear contact lenses and both of my eyes are -7. Really bad.
지금 보니까 밖에 우리 스태프분들도 거의 다 안경을 끼시거나 컨택 렌즈를 끼셨어요. 우리 기술 감독님도 시력 좋으신가요? 시력 안 좋으시다. 시력 좋은 사람 우리 팀에는 지금 하나도 없네요. 근데 I'm so envious of people who have really good eyesight.
I'm envious of military pilots.
맞아요. 파일럿들은 다 눈 좋죠.
They have to have 20/20 vision, I think, right?
굉장히 부럽습니다.
I wonder what that's like. Have you ever considered LASIK or LASIK?
I got it done.
Oh, that's what you had done. Oh, but it still didn't work perfectly.
Well, it's been many years.
Well, that's not a major endorsement for that, is it?
All right. It's still okay. It's not as bad as it used to be.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, let's give out the quiz once more.
Yes, the quiz question this morning. A large group of people can be referred to as a number 1 crowd or number 2 crown.
네, 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045로 보내주시고요. 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능합니다. 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 비타민 C 세트 보내드릴게요. Alright, we're going to be right back after Collective Soul sing After All. You're listening to Morning Special. It's a Thursday, a very special Thursday, because every second Thursday of October is World Sight Day. And I was very curious as to why. And one of our listeners.
The message you're gonna, this is pretty funny from Kim Hae-sun 님.
네. 눈목이라서 목요일인가 봐요. 하하하하 이렇게 보내셨습니다.
Because mok is the Chinese word for eye, right? So
WHO가 언제부터 우리나라의 기구가 됐는지.
목요일.
네, 우리는 뭐 그렇게 생각해도 될 것 같습니다. 눈목자라서 목요일인가 봐요. 하하하 이렇게 보내주셨는데요. 너무 재치 있는 메시지 감사합니다. 김순경 님이요. 눈 건강을 위해서 눈 영양제랑 녹황색 채소 챙겨 먹어요. 저녁 되니까 침침하네요 하셨습니다. I have a lot of trouble seeing properly at night. In the morning I'm fine. You know, these glasses, like I said, they only have a little bit of the corrective function in them, so you know they're not really thick or anything. But at night, I just can't drive without my glasses.
Yeah, I
can't see.
Driving at night is more difficult anyway. But
okay.
Yeah, if you have some difficulties with your sight, then it makes it all the more difficult because headlights from oncoming cars become blurrier. Streetlights, perhaps on the highway, they become blurrier. Harder to see the roads too. Yeah.
And I don't know if this has anything to do with age, but I feel like within the past few months or years, in fact, as I'm getting close to 40, my eyesight has started to deteriorate a lot faster than before. Does this have anything to do with being in your 40s?
Do you think that your mid-30s, your eyesight starts to deteriorate?
I don't know.
What do you think happens in your 40s? Just body parts start to fall off? Like
그렇군요.
mid-show, my arm just might
죄송합니다.
go on the floor. No, I don't know. I haven't noticed a major difference to answer your question.
네, 저도 40대 되면은 그때 다시 얘기를 해볼게요. 유찬수 님이요. 매일 아침 새벽에 출근해서 메인 신문사 기사를 읽는데 몇 시간 뒤에 이게 영어로 방송되니까 참 도움이 많이 됩니다. 터키 얘기도 그렇고 홍콩 사태도 태풍도 마치 summary를 해주는 느낌이에요. We're glad you enjoy listening to our headlines.
Please continue to do that.
Yes. 끝번호 2514님이요. I did my laundry yesterday. And
for the vacuum packing.
For the vacuum packing, yeah. They're getting dry on the porch right now. I bought hot packs already. It's so chilly outside. But happy Thursday, Sue and Steve.
Time to get ready for winter. Have you turned on your ondol yet?
No.
Have you turned off your air conditioning yet?
Yes.
Okay, so
yeah,
we're in the in-between period, huh?
So porch here. This person said, I'm letting my clothes dry on the porch. What would a porch be?
Outdoor balcony, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Not in a porch typically is outside.
Yeah, I think, isn't a porch the area like when you come into the house, and this is for big houses?
Yeah, when you leave the house, sometimes you'll see it in a movie. You don't see them in Korea very often. When you walk out of the house, there's that kind of wooden deck. I think we call that the porch.
I think this listener lives in a mansion, a
Lovely.
massive, a massive castle.
I'm guessing they don't live in Gangnam.
I don't know.
I don't know about the mansion part, but definitely not downtown, right?
알겠습니다. Well, keep sending in your messages and answers to the quiz as well. If you have any questions, ask away. We have 5 vitamin C sets prepared for you. In the meantime, let's look at our news focus stories. 자, 첫 번째 뉴스 포커스 살펴보겠습니다. 미국 NBA 프로농구 휴스턴 로켓츠 구단 단장의 홍콩 시위 지지 의사 표명을 둘러싼 미국과 중국의 갈등이 일파만파 확대되고 있습니다. NBA를 후원하던 중국 기업들이 잇따라 협력 중단을 선언하는가 하면 국영방송 CCTV는 농구 중계를 중단했는데요. 미국에서는 반대로 중국 측에 사과한 NBA 사무국에 대한 비난이 쏟아지고 있습니다. Let's listen to the story.
The NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said the league is not apologizing for Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey's since-deleted tweet showing support for anti-government protesters in Hong Kong, even after China's state-run broadcaster canceled plans to show a pair of preseason games in that country later this week. China Central Television said it would not air the games between the Los Angeles Lakers and Brooklyn Nets, who will play on Thursday in Shanghai and Saturday in Shenzhen. Further complicating the matter is the fact that China's best-known basketball player is Hall of Famer Yao Ming, who spent his NBA career with the Rockets. Yao is now the president of the Chinese Basketball Association.
So, Steve, what was the initial tweet that went out supporting people in Hong Kong?
It was very short, but it was very powerful. The tweet was, "Fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong."
홍콩을 지지한다라는 굉장히 짤막한 트윗이 올라갔는데요. 이게 이제 결국은 이렇게 일파만파 갈등으로 이어지고 있습니다. And did the person take it back, retract it, or what happened?
Well, the NBA commissioner, and
Yeah.
that's what we started with this story with, they said, we're not apologizing for this. He deleted the tweet. Daryl Morey deleted the tweet, the guy who tweeted it.
Okay.
He deleted it, but the NBA commissioner, that's the boss of the NBA, he said, no, we're not apologizing for it. And China has responded by saying, okay, well, we're not going to air these couple of preseason games.
But didn't the NBA after that apologize because so much money, billions of dollars, are at stake?
It's a huge market, but
Yeah.
it's interesting too how far-reaching this Hong Kong story goes, right? I think China is upset because the NBA is basketball.
Yeah.
And they're saying, why are you commenting on this? You have a very, very strong market in China. You come over here, you play your preseason games, you make a lot of money from this country. Why are you saying things like this? Why is one of your representatives saying something like this? It's not your place to do so. That's China's idea behind it.
야오밍 선수가 뛰기도 했고 또 중국에서 가장 인기가 많다는 NBA 구단 휴스턴 로켓츠의 다ryl 모리가 홍콩을 지지한다라는 트윗을 올림으로 인해서 중국에서는 바로 이렇게 뭐 협력을 중단하고 그다음에는 농구 중계를 중단하고 이랬더니 NBA에서 나서서 사과를 했습니다. 근데 미국 신문에서는요. 로컬 신문에 보면은 NBA가 중국에게 영혼을 팔았다라고 하면서 굉장히 비난의 글이 많이 쏟아졌거든요. Let's look at a few expressions here. What should we start off with?
Let's start off with a sports expression,
Ooh,
shall
okay.
we? Pre-season. Okay, so a season of a sport is broken into 3 different time periods.
Oh.
Pre-season, regular season, and postseason. Now, in Major League Baseball, we are in postseason. Postseason is playoffs.
I see.
Those are playoff games.
Okay.
Regular season, that's when the games count, wins and losses and standings and things like that. Preseason, the NBA is in its preseason right now. And what that means is they are practice games. They don't count at all. So when the regular season starts, even if the LA Lakers lose this Thursday in Shanghai and Saturday in Shenzhen, when the regular season starts, their record will be 0-0.
아, 그래요. 정규 시즌 전에 있는 게임을 pre-season games라고 하죠. And of course, another expression used here is that the China Central Television, or CCTV, said it would not air the games.
Yeah, they are not going to put them on TV, right? Right now we are on air.
Yeah.
EBS is airing Morning Special at the moment. But CCTV, China Central Television, said they will not be airing the basketball games, the preseason games.
네, 방송에서 쓰이는 전문 용어로 air는 방송하다라는 뜻이 있어요. 그래서 라디오 방송국에도 다 보면 on air 사인이 있죠. 이게 들어오면 지금 방송 중이다라는 뜻이 되겠고요. And this has, of course, complicated matters, but let's listen to the story one more time.
The NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said the league is not apologizing for Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey's since-deleted tweet showing support for anti-government protesters in Hong Kong, even after China's state-run broadcaster canceled plans to show a pair of preseason games in that country later this week. China Central Television said it would not air the games between the Los Angeles Lakers and Brooklyn Nets, who will play on Thursday in Shanghai and Saturday in Shenzhen. Further complicating the matter is the fact that China's best-known basketball player is Hall of Famer Yao Ming, who spent his NBA career with the Rockets. Yao is now the president of the Chinese Basketball Association.
자, 두 번째 뉴스 포커스입니다. 전 세계에서 영화 조커가 흥행 열풍을 일으키고 있는데요. 이 때문에 미국 경찰이 잔뜩 긴장하고 있다는 소식입니다. 그 이유는 영화 조커가 정신질환자를 주인공으로 내세웠고 총기, 폭력 등이 소재로 등장하기 때문인데요. Let's listen to the story.
In just its first weekend, Joker, the standalone origin story of Batman's arch-nemesis starring Joaquin Phoenix, grossed about $93.5 million in the U.S. and a total of $234 million worldwide. Many, though, were concerned the film would incite real-world violence, and theaters were warned about credible shooting threats. The NYPD stationed officers at some theaters, and in Aurora, Colorado, the film wasn't even shown due to a mass shooting there before a 2012 screening of The Dark Knight Rises that left 12 dead and 70 wounded.
I've watched clips of the movie. I know you watched the entire movie. And do you think there's reason for concern for police officers in America?
Well, I think because the precedent was set back in 2012 in Aurora, Colorado, this time around they want to take as many precautions as they possibly can.
네. 지난 2012년에도 이제 영화로 인해서 모방 범죄가 좀 많이 일어났습니다. 그때의 뭐 그런 모방 범죄가 좀 반복이 될까 봐 이번 영화로 인해서 미국 경찰이 지금 잔뜩 긴장을 하고 있다고 하는데요. Yeah, let's look at some of the expressions.
And this is a standalone movie, Joker. I talked about it in the last couple of days, the fact that I saw it, and it's great, but it's not really connected to the Batman movies at all. Joker is Joker in this case. You remember the X-Men films?
Yeah.
Right? Well, Wolverine is a character in the X-Men, right? Hugh Jackman. But Wolverine the movie is a standalone movie. It's its own film. So when something is a standalone thing, it's its own thing on its own, not really connected to anything else.
네, 뭐 별도의 것, 독단적인 것을 얘기할 때 standalone이라고 합니다. 그래서 배트맨의 무슨 뭐 후속편이라든지 이런 게 아니고요. 조커에만 집중해서 이 사람이 어떻게 이렇게 됐는가 이것을 다루는 영화죠. And we're talking about the arch nemesis of Batman.
Joker is Batman's arch nemesis. Superman's arch nemesis is...
Who is it?
Lex Luger, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, Lex Luthor, yeah.
Luger, isn't it?
Is it Luger? I thought it was Luthor. I don't remember.
One of us is right.
Yeah.
It's me.
We'll check. Our writer says it's Luthor.
Is it really?
Lex Luthor.
I'm going with the German pronunciation then, I guess. Is it Luthor? I thought it was Luger. Anyway, the point is arch nemesis. Yes. Your arch nemesis is your number one rival. It implies that you are not friends at all.
그렇죠. 그러니까 적은 적인데 최고의 강적을 보통 이제 arch nemesis라고 합니다. 조커를 이르는 말이고요. And give us one more expression.
From this one? Sure. Many are concerned that the film would incite real-world violence, and to incite something is to encourage it to happen. In the film, there's a lot of violence. They were worried that might encourage real-world violence.
Yeah.
To incite it.
뭔가 선동할 때 incite를 쓸 수 있습니다. incite. crime 그러면은 범행을 좀 조장한다라는 뜻이 되겠죠?
Oh, I found who Lex Luger is.
Who?
He was a wrestler from 1981 to 2003.
Yes.
Not
he didn't have to fight Superman.
Not connected to Superman movies at all. You are right. I was wrong.
Yay! Let's listen to the story one more time.
In just its first weekend, Joker, the standalone origin story of Batman's arch-nemesis starring Joaquin Phoenix, grossed about $93.5 million in the U.S. and a total of $234 million worldwide. Many, though, were concerned the film would incite real-world violence, and theaters were warned about credible shooting threats. The NYPD stationed officers at some theaters, and in Aurora, Colorado, the film wasn't even shown due to a mass shooting before a 2012 screening of The Dark Knight night rises that left 12 dead and 70 wounded.
Well, people will be flocking to popular touristy sites this season, and when you flock in these big groups, you call them something, and that's the quiz today.
Yes, a large group of people can be referred to as a number 1 crowd or number 2 crown.
네, 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045로 보내주시고요. 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능합니다. 노래 듣고 와서 세 번째 뉴스 포커스 볼게요. This is Keira Knightley. Tell me if you want to go home. 자, 다음 뉴스 포커스 살펴볼게요. 나이지리아 남서부 오구보모쇼라는 궁전에 살던 거북이가 344세의 나이로 세상을 떠났다고 합니다. 통상 아프리카 거북이는 100년 전후로 사는 것으로 알려졌는데요. 기록적인 장수 거북이였던 거죠. Let's listen to the story.
A royal palace in Nigeria has announced that its resident tortoise, Alagba, has died following a short illness, saying it was a remarkable 344 years old. The revered reptile was apparently brought to the palace by the kingdom's third leader, who reigned from 1770 to 1797. It was thought to have healing powers and attracted visitors from far and wide, had at least 2 personal attendants to see to her needs, and would eat only twice a month. The current king said he plans to preserve her remains for tourism and historical records.
344 years of age.
Well, it is questionable.
Aha, because this turtle has no alibi.
Yeah, it has no birth certificate. There was a tortoise expert or a reptile expert in this story that said it's unlikely that this tortoise was 344 years old because the average tortoise lives to be about 70 to 80, max 100.
Okay.
So he suspects that they brought in different turtles, but let's not be disrespectful to Alagba, who regardless did live a long life.
네, 물론 정말 344년을 살았는지 옆에서 쭉 지켜본 한 사람이 없기 때문에 우리가 알 수는 없지만 기록에 따르면은 정말 344년 전에 태어났다고 합니다. 우리나라 역사로 치면은 이제 조선 숙종 때 태어난 건데요. 노환으로 이제 숨졌다는 소식이고요. This is a remarkable age.
Yeah, if it's true, 344 years old for anything.
I know.
Even for a tree, that would be remarkable. Remarkable means worthy of attention, amazing, incredible.
Yeah.
If I ask you, how was the food at the restaurant? You can say, oh, I had a remarkable meal.
굉장히 놀랄만한, 주목할 만한 음식에 관해서 얘기할 때는 정말 맛있었다는 뜻이 되겠지만 여기서는 놀랄만한 나이, 344세의 나이로 거북이가 세상을 떠났다. He was revered.
Right, so revered means worthy of respect, right? And this turtle, if you lived to be 344 years old and you arrived in the 1700s, then yes, that is worthy of respect and you will be revered.
그렇죠. 존경받는 인물 또는 이 경우에는 이제 동물 앞에 revered를 쓰면은 존경받는다는 의미가 되겠고요. And what's the other expression we have here? Far and wide, that's where visitors came from.
Yes, because this tortoise was said to have healing powers. It attracted tourists and visitors from far and wide. Far and wide is very simple in its meaning. It means from far away, but it's more poetic. I guess.
Yeah,
in its when you say it, people came from far and wide to see the king. It implies, yes, they came from a long way away, but there's something more. Yeah, poetic is the only word I can find. Find it more in written English, perhaps, than spoken. Yeah.
네, 여기 보면은 healing powers라는 표현도 앞에 나왔는데 이 특정한 거북이 같은 경우에는 치료 효과가 있다라는 소문이 퍼지면서 지난 300여 년 동안 많은 사람들이 멀리서도 보러 왔다. 이렇게 해석을 하면 되겠습니다. 그래서 far and wide는 아주 멀리서, 광범위한 곳에서, 먼 곳에서 이런 뜻이 되겠고요.
This turtle had 2 personal attendants.
Wow, really?
I don't even have one.
수행인이 2명 있는 아주 특별한 거북이였다고 하네요. Wow, that is amazing.
Isn't it, though? It's
Yeah,
remarkable.
It is. Let's listen to the story one more time.
A royal palace in Nigeria has announced that its resident tortoise, Alagba, has died following a short illness, saying it was a remarkable 344 years old. The revered reptile was apparently brought to the palace by the kingdom's third leader, who reigned from 1770 to 1797. It was thought to have healing powers and attracted visitors from far and wide, had at least 2 personal attendants to see to her needs, and would eat only twice a month. The current king said he plans to preserve her remains for tourism and historical records.
And what's the answer to the quiz?
The quiz question today, the question was, a large group of people can be referred to as a... The answer is number 1, crowd.
A crowd. 네, 군중을 뜻하는 1번이 정답이고요. Congratulations. 문환석님, 정유라님, 김복선님, 끝번호 9950 쓰시는 분, 그리고 8685 쓰시는 분 축하드립니다. 비타민 C 세트 보내드릴게요. Steve, what is your expression of the day?
My expression of the day, we just covered it. It's remarkable. Said it can mean amazing or unbelievable. We often hear of these world records, Guinness World Records, right? In fact, just before World Sight Day, which is today, I heard a story about a competition in the Philippines they had on this reality TV show. And the idea was to keep your eyes open without blinking for as long as possible. And this guy went like 1 hour and 17 minutes without blinking. Yeah, that's remarkable.
That is remarkable.
It's unbelievable.
정말 놀라운, 주목할 만한, 믿기 힘든 이럴 때 remarkable이라고 합니다.
You remember back in 2002? Korea in the World Cup?
World Cup.
That was remarkable because the team was not expected to do that well, but they certainly did. Oh, I still remember those games against Spain and Italy.
Yeah. Did you go out into the streets and did you wear red, T-shirts and stuff?
I did. I usually watch the games in a chicken restaurant.
Oh,
actually.
Yeah.
I really regret not getting any tickets to the games.
I had a part-time job at the Sangam World Cup Stadium.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I deliberately, got a convenience store. What was it? Like a souvenir shop. That's where I worked for just the World Cup period, and I translated for foreigners and things like that. But it was fun because I just got in.
Yeah, of course.
And during break time, I would go and see the games.
I still remember An Jung-hwan kissing his ring, and everybody loved him, and the flowing hair was amazing.
I know.
It really was remarkable.
Yes, indeed. 네, 오늘의 표현 remarkable이 되겠습니다. Well, thank you, Steve, for a remarkable hour.
Have yourselves a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Taking Steve out of the studio now is Westlife with Seasons in the Sun. And when I come back, I'll be looking at Say What and also movies with Lara. Here's the song.